cars. I'd like to reintroduce to you the directors of Daybreakers, Peter and Michael Spierig. And for one of the most fabulous beheadings in horror film history, Neill. With a couple of questions, kind of a twofold question. You guys have really injected, I mean, this is such a fresh, new take on the vampire genre, and I kind of want to know where it came from. But also, I thought we'd have you back here at Midnight Madness a lot sooner than 5 years. I mean, what happened? I mean, you guys have been working on this film for 5 years, so where did the idea start? And just take us through how long it took to get you here.
You know, we started the idea long before there was this kind of vampire thing that's been going on, and we just wanted to do something that we had this idea for a world that was populated by vampires. That's just the basic idea, and then we tried to figure out who the characters were, and it just took a long time. We spent a lot of time researching things. A lot of time, yeah, things that may not be evident, but you kind of do it to get an understanding of a world, and we spent so much time trying to figure out what the world was and how it worked, and to do that you just need to spend a lot of time. We wrote so much that isn't in the movie, and we got so much material for a sequel. Yeah, do you want to add anything? You got anything intelligent to add?
I think it took so long because we're just very slow writers. It took a long, I mean, this is still an independent film, and independent films take a very long time to sort of get financing and so on. We certainly weren't sitting around for 5 years waiting for something to happen. Yeah, and also too, this is kind of, Undead was made for nothing. And this was made for a lot more than that. So, and it took a long time to sort of get the money together and convince people that we could do it.
I'll give you a comparison for, you know, what Undead cost. You know, the budget was ultimately $1 million, but it actually cost $100,000 to make. And then people worked on deferrals, which is, you know, they basically sign a contract that says if the movie makes money, you will get paid this amount. But anyway, it was $100,000. The contact lens budget on Daybreakers is more than that. So it's a very different kind of movie, and we have to convince people, you know, that Michael and I kind of know what the hell we're doing.
And Sam, what attracted you to this project? What did you find about the story which compelled you? And also, what was it like working for brothers?
Well, a couple of observations.
I'm listening.
About the Spierigs, you know, it's been my experience with the people that I've worked with or have met, people who can create and sustain a dystopic world like the Spierig brothers, people like David Cronenberg or George Miller or John Carpenter, these sort of people, usually are the nicest, sweetest, kindest people you could meet. At least that's the way they seem. It's a thin veneer. These boys would suck the blood right out of you. They'd suck the marrow out of your bones if you gave them a chance. The other thing, of course, that I wanted to say was, for those of us who have to take a little pill every day, or those of us who will, you will know that it's never about the cure. That answers the question.
I believe so. And also, as the credits roll, your names appear multiple times throughout, specifically in the special effects and the CGI. Can you talk about your involvement in that and about the team behind the makeup and the special effects?
We've got two of them here right now. Can we bring them up? Steve Boyle and Samantha Little from Weather Workshop. Come on up. I've known Steve since we were at college. We made short films together. We made Undead together, and Steve's sort of been our filmmaking partner for well over a decade now. So Steve has always been a big contributor, and whenever I have ideas for films, Steve's usually the first person I contact when we want to sort of develop creatures and that sort of stuff. As far as the CGI goes, we ran out of money, so Peter and I had to do a lot of effects again.
Can you talk about what the challenges were in putting the blood of the creatures on screen?
I'll stop beating on my chest. Just the time, the amount of time we had, it was crazy. We had, I don't know, maybe, I first heard about the idea in 2003. Actually, I think it might have been when you guys came back from Toronto with Undead. He said, hey, we've got this idea about the world being taken over by vampires. And, yeah, just finished. So, I mean, we had all the time in the world to think about it, but to actually build the stuff, it was, we didn't have a lot of time. So,
and there's so much prosthetic makeup in this. I mean, the guy in the kitchen, the subsider in the kitchen, that application was about 10 hours just to do his appliances.
we had like a 10-hour day to get everything ready. 10-hour application starting at about midnight and or 1 o'clock in the morning, and then he had to get ready. Then he was on set, and we were on set for about 12 hours with him. Actually, I kind of bailed and fell asleep, and Sam stayed that whole time, and but I mean, is that accurate?
I have to say, you shouldn't be saying any of this, you know. I don't know why people tell people how it's done. It's just
I didn't say how it was done.
Magic.
I just said we did it. If you really want to know how it was done, we actually had, I should actually mention that we had a few people being really supportive. Richard Taylor from Weta, like when we started the project in 2004, I was sort of building stuff for it. And then Richard met us in Australia and flew us over, and we did some jobs at Weta. And while we were there, this started to build up momentum. So we started to get the Weta guys involved, and Richard was really supportive. And then as we got closer, we got a Queensland makeup effects crew together. And so I was sort of doing 7 days at Weta, 7 days in Queensland, 7 days at Weta, 7 days in Queensland, which are different countries, by the way. New Zealand is not Australia. And yeah, so we just had, you know, the most amazingly talented people from, you know, 2 different countries just working on this together, and it was just the best experience I've ever had. Well, one of them, for sure.